Just a little bit of a behind the scenes. Oh my god. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be... What am I filming? So today's video is going to be how to use highlighter on your nails. Not like a marker highlighter, like a makeup highlighter from this guy. Like a highlighter. You know, should I say highlighter again? Have I said it enough times? So this idea just came to me like I was asleep and all of a sudden I woke up. I was like, what if you put highlighter on your nails? Because those chrome powders and those shift powders are so popular, and don't they end up kind of looking like a highlight? A little bit? That kind of like popped into my head, and I reached over to my phone and I put it in my notes, and then I went back to sleep. And then immediately, like when I woke up, I was so excited to try it. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I thought like I could just put on polish and then put this highlight on top and it would look amazing. And that's not really how it worked out. It did end up working out, but I had like, well, I wrote down how many different ways I did this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think I actually did a 9th one that I put into my phone. So this took a lot of trial and error. And the reason I used the Carli Bybel palette, this guy, is mostly because it has these 2 shades right here that are a bit too dark for me, and I also wanted something that would show up really well on my nails. I ended up using this one just because I thought it would look really cool on my nails. This one would probably work too. I don't know why I just kept digging into that one. This is the one I use on my face, so I'm not gonna put that on my nails. And this one was just a little too light. So this is the one I'm using in all of the tests. And I'm using the same method that you use when you use the powders. You use these little like cheap little brushes that nobody uses for really anything, that just come with eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna demonstrate a bunch of different ways for you to do this, just because when I did my chrome nails review, I showed it to you guys how it worked for me, but I got a lot of questions about, well, what if I use this or what if I use that? So I wanna show you that some ways that you might try are not gonna work, or at least they didn't for me. And I also wanna show you guys why they didn't work. So I really hope that you guys enjoy these demos, and I will come back to talk to you guys in just a little bit. Before I get started, this nail has a gel base coat on top because I do have a little patch. If you don't know, I have a video on how to patch nails that have broken off, and this one unfortunately broke off. It has a little patch and it has a gel coat over it just to seal everything in, so that's why this nail is really shiny. I'm gonna start with this OPI gel color base coat. We're gonna apply this on one of my nails and see how this works. Change of plans. I'm actually going to use the OPI top coat. I opened this up and this happened before. If you're wondering like, wait, I thought this already happened. Yes, this happened again. There's nothing on the brush, and the reason is because I accidentally left this bottle in a part of my room where the sun shines, and I think it cured what was inside the bottle. So we're just gonna, we're gonna use the top coat as a base coat instead. So, oh my god, I did it again. Oh my god. You guys, this won't come off. Oh my god, look at the brush. Oh my god. We're going to be using the Vetro base coat. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to my middle finger, and then I'm going to cure it. This is all nice and cured, and it is still tacky, but you want to leave the tacky layer on. It's really important that you don't wipe the sticky layer off like you normally would, because the tacky layer is what's going to help the powder adhere to your nails. So I'm going to take this color right here. I'm going to take just a few swipes. These are really, really great powders, so you really don't need that much product. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the little applicator and start applying it. See, it's coming on really easily. And it's okay if you get it on your skin because it's just highlight, it can come off. So I'm doing kind of like a mixture of dabbing it and swiping just to spread the product around, but you don't want to do this too hard because you don't want any of the product to kind of skip over any areas. And you can dip back a little bit if you need to. I just did. Ooh, this looks really cool. I am going to add a top coat. This is also part of the test because certain top coats will dull the look of this. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a gel top coat over this and see how that works. If you happen to turn over your brush and see any powder on there, just wipe it off on a base before you put it back into your bottle. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell, there's some areas, and I don't know if this is the top coat or the powder, but there are some areas that kind of shrunk. If you can see like little holes right here and here. Maybe gel is not the best to use over it, but I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the tacky layer off this time because I'm done. I'm not gonna apply anything on top and just see what happens. Oh my. What you get is, oh my god, what happened? Okay, so there are your Swiss cheese nails. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. I think what happened is that because the highlight powder maybe isn't as finely milled, the gel polish may have just shrunk it, because as you can see, it is not where it used to be. It was out here and it was out here. The wipe is taking off some of the highlight, so I think it is the powder with the gel top coat. I'm gonna try another test on this finger. This time I'm going to do the same base, but I'm going to apply a different top coat. I'm gonna go ahead and use my handy dandy trusted HK Girl, just a regular top coat. It seems to look pretty good, especially next to this guy. See, I kind of cheated and I already did it this way, and what happened was the clear top coat on its own did not hold the powder onto the nail very well. So once this dried, I was able to take my finger and literally like scrape it off. What I realized would work the best was to do 2 coats of top coat. So when this dries, I'm gonna come back and do a second coat and show you guys how it looks then. So I think just with those 2 tests, we can kind of determine that the gel top coat was maybe a little too heavy for that powder. I want to see how this looks on a white base because I think that's going to make the color pop a lot more. I really hope I didn't do the same thing with this Alpine Snow. Oh my god. If I go back to the OPI offices and they find out that I cured the backups that they gave me, I probably won't be allowed back in there. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Oh, thank god. Okay, good. Since this finger already has a gel base coat, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the gel polish on top of it. It may not make a difference. I'm gonna wait until I get the top coat on to determine that. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the polish top coat. So I don't know if you can tell, but these two pretty much look the same. I don't think the white base actually really made a difference here. I actually think I prefer the one with the clear base coat rather than the white gel polish underneath. And just for fun, because I know that when I did my chrome powder review, I got a lot of questions about whether regular polish worked or not. I did grab a white polish. I'm going to apply this to my pinky and show you guys that this does not work with polish because I've already tried this and determined that it doesn't work. The problem with polish is that when it dries, it's just dry and there's nothing for the powder to really cling onto. Even if I don't let it dry all the way and I just kind of keep it a little bit wet, the powder doesn't stick at all. So I'm gonna let that dry just for a little bit, not all the way, and then I'm gonna try to apply the powder on top. This is mostly dry, so I'm gonna take the powder and not swipe, but just dab it on just to see what happens. Nothing really happens at all. And I'm afraid to swipe because it's not totally dry. If this was totally dry, the powder would just fly right off, as you can see is happening right here. Nothing's really sticking to anything, and you kind of just get this like brownish layer on top of the white polish. So unfortunately, regular polish does not work for this, but I'm gonna show you what I was talking about earlier, how the regular polish top coat isn't enough. This is nice and dry. As you can see, I'm wiping it and nothing is happening. You can take your finger and take it all off. See how it's like, it's coming off in like little layers? All of this is coming off, and if you do it all the way, you can see the white polish underneath. What I found to be the solution to this is to add a second coat of top coat. So I'm gonna do that to this finger since I didn't scrape it all off. Now that this is nice and dry, I am scraping it like I did with the other one and nothing's happening. I'm going to test a different top coat on this finger and I need another tacky layer, so I'm gonna go ahead and add another coat of white gel and cure it. I'm actually going to use a peel off base coat, And the reason I'm doing this is because I was sent these powders by What's Up Nails, and the owner emailed me and said this peel off base coat actually works as a great top coat so that the powder doesn't dull, because I know that that's a problem that a lot of people have, is that the powder applies nice and evenly and super metallic, super chrome, but once they put a top coat on, it gets dull or it doesn't have the same effect. And she said that this works really well on top of the powders and it does not dull them. So I'm going to try that on this nail and see how it works. It actually kept the effect pretty nicely. I'm definitely going to have to try this on my other powders because that's really, really nice. I am going to go ahead and do 2 coats because of what happened with the polish the first time. It does look nice, but I think the regular clear coat kind of gives it a more reflective and more glassy kind of look to it. This one does look nice and smooth and even though, so if you do have a peel off base coat, I would definitely try it over your powder. They do look really nice. I really am liking the effect on both of these. I'm gonna go ahead and do the powder on these other 2 nails and then I'll come back and give you guys my thoughts. Now I have the same thing on all 4 nails except this one has the peel off base coat, and I couldn't really tell until I painted the other 2 nails with a regular top coat. The effect that the peel off base coat has as a top coat does look a little different. Sorry, I bumped it right here, so some of the powder is missing, so just try to ignore that. But the effect does look a little different. It looks a lot smoother on this nail, but it looks a lot more metallic on the nails with the clear coat. So I think it's just your own preference. I also think that more people just have a regular clear coat in their collection rather than a peel off base coat. If you have both, you can just kind of pick which finish you like and use that on all your nails. But yeah, I really do like how all of these turned out. I think this is such a cool effect on the nails, and honestly this was just a really fun kind of thing to play around with. It's fun to, you know, be creative and try new things, so if this was anything for me, that's what it was. And this is a really cool way to use any highlighter or maybe a metallic eyeshadow that you probably won't use otherwise. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. So I wanted to give you guys a quick little update. I just took a shower, which is why my nails are a lot more open and not as curved right now, but I wanted to show you the nail that had the peel off base coat, which is this one, has already started peeling. And I took a shower about 30 minutes after filming. The nails that have the regular top coat are doing just fine. So I stand corrected. I would not recommend the peel off base coat as a top coat because it's even coming off like as I'm talking. I would definitely go with a regular lacquer, and the HK Girl, this one, is one of my favorite top coats ever. It's super shiny and it dries super quick and it doesn't shrink your polish. Yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that these are holding up very well, and this didn't fare as well as the others. So now that you've seen all the demos and what works and what doesn't, I just wanted to say I went through all of this so that you don't have to, but feel free to try all of these on yourself as many times as you want. Maybe some things work on your nails and don't work on mine. The only one I would say most definitely is probably, no, I can't say definitely and probably, like 90% positive is not gonna work, is just putting it on plain nail polish, because it doesn't really have anything to adhere to, especially when your polish is dry. The reason I also like the Carli Bybel palette is because it is very inexpensive. So I would recommend, if you do want to try this, to go to the drugstore and maybe pick up a Wet n Wild highlighter or a brand like that is inexpensive, where you can use the product for something other than what it's regularly used for and it wouldn't really matter that much. This worked just fine. I really like the color, this one. I really like this color a lot. I think it's so pretty. I know this is a little off topic, but this palette is friggin' bomb, dude. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you liked this weird little idea that I had. If someone's already done this, I'm really sorry. I don't know, I just got really excited about doing it and I really wanted to show you guys. Again, I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.